News. I'm Juliet Litman.
And I'm David Jacoby.
And we are in separate locations today. However, if you wanted to call both of us at the same time, the best way to do it would be to leave us a message at 850-STEW-136. Jacoby, where are you?
I am in my secret mismatch hideaway, and there are a lot of fun topics today.
You're in a coven. I am on Cape Cod, the source of much of my food news. Will it be my personal food news? You'll have to find out. How are you otherwise?
I feel fantastic.
Okay, great. I'm so glad to hear it. All right, let's get into today's stories. First up, this story was like all over my feed, and then I was excited that we were actually doing it for food news as well. This is a story about Chipotle. Jacoby, are you guys still going to the Chipotle in the Jacoby home?
How do I say this? We don't go to the Chipotle, but we have a lot of Chipotle. I had Chipotle as recently as Friday night, but we have it delivered to us.
Delivered. Okay, I'll come back to that in a second. I want to, as I say, double click on that. This episode of Food News is presented by Activia. Curious about supporting your gut health? Take the Activia Gut Health Challenge. Just enjoy 2 Activia yogurts a day for 2 weeks to help support your gut health. With billions of probiotics and 20 years of scientific expertise, Activia is one of the easiest and tastiest ways to start your gut health ritual. Try Activia today. Enjoying Activia twice a day for 2 weeks as part of a balanced diet and healthy lifestyle may help reduce the frequency of minor digestive discomfort, which includes gas, bloating, rumbling, and abdominal discomfort. The news is the Chipotle CEO. We should rebrand the show Food CEO News, because I feel like this is where we end up
fast food CEO news. Yeah, we've got a lot of this. Just a quick Damola update. Still have not heard back.
What the fuck, Damola? Okay,
Damola.
Scott Boatwright. He said to Yahoo Finance, which you could go directly to the website if you'd like, that if you're at Chipotle and you want more of something that's going into your meal, just go ahead and ask for more. In fact, he said, quote, "If you want more, you should ask for a little more. I promise you there's never a team member on that line that is going to say no to you. We will continue to put heaping spoonfuls of food in bowls and burritos. It has always been our brand ethos, and it is still to this day. We serve big, beautiful bowls and burritos, no questions asked." Okay. My order at Chipotle, this might be weird. My order is a salad, very light rice, and then crucially, I like double fajita veggies. So I've been in the position of asking for more fajita veggies. It is not greeted warmly. They do it, but they're not happy about it. Have you ever asked for more at Chipotle?
So I don't understand what problem they're solving, because I'm a burrito guy, and I'm a non-rice in my order. Barbecue, I do bacoa, non-rice, fajita, corn salsa, and hot salsa, and various other things. But by the time they're about to roll the burrito, I'm like, how are they going to possibly fit this into one burrito? And I don't ask for more anything. I don't understand what problem they're solving, because I already get a big, beautiful burrito without asking for more anything. And it is bursting at the seams, so much so that oftentimes I have to eat over a tray or that foil thing. So the droppings go down there, and then I use the chip to scoop up the droppings. This is not a problem that needs to be solved.
Using a chip as a utensil at Chipotle is the only way to really eat properly at Chipotle. So
Absolutely.
I wholeheartedly agree with that. I never get a burrito. I'm never having this seam issue, but I have encountered them not wanting to give me double fajitas. It's clear that they're
interesting. No, they begrudgingly give you double fajitas.
Yes, that's correct. So now I know that I should just ask freely.
But I don't really understand the controversy here, because this really blew up.
I know. It really did. I don't really know why either, except that I think people have a lot of opinions about Chipotle. The other thing is Chipotle is fallen on hard times. It's not really been a Chipotle decade. That was the last decade was the Chipotle decade. And so I feel maybe that's just why.
I don't think 3 teenagers can go to Chipotle and just keep asking for more steak and more steak and more steak, and then be like, "Can we have 2 extra empty bowls, please?" I just don't think that's going down like that, you know?
That's true. That is true. You should ask for a lot, and I didn't even think of this. You could ask for a lot, and then ask for like an extra
A bowl and split it,
and then just share. Yeah,
like
okay.
I think that he was just trying to like say nice things at the time, and after he finished that sentence, he was not like, "Oh, this is going to go viral on the internet, and everyone's going to be discussing it." I think he was just like, "Oh yeah, we serve big bowls and burritos."
How do we become a damage control stop on the CEO like press tour after they say things they regret? Because that's what we really need. It's like we talk about you and then you come here to rectify. That's because I would love to get Scott Boatwright on the pod. If Demola won't show up, can we get Scott?
So we start there, and then we start like a food CEO consultation services. So every time it's part of an onboarding process for a new CEO of a restaurant chain, they sort of like have to go through Juliet and Jacoby training.
We're here for you. Just let us know.
Let us know, Demola.
So seriously. Okay, let's move on to cruise news, a cousin of food news, but also there's often overlap. I won't be going on a cruise anytime soon based on the push alerts I'm getting on my phone. But if you are, you might need to know about this new Bahamian law because the sale of any intoxicating liquor is suspended throughout the country on election days. So this week, on May 12th, if you were in the Bahamas or on a cruise in the Bahamas, you were not getting alcohol. And this applied even to private islands, which are going to be owned by cruise lines, such as Coco Cay, owned by Royal Caribbean. And if you were on these cruises or on this island, I have to assume you'd be pissed.
I have been to one of these private Ks before.
Oh,
and
which one?
Let me tell you, we went to the Disney one.
Oh, okay.
And we also went to another one. I forget which one it was. But let me tell you something. They're not great experiences. You just feel like cattle being like shipped onto the beach, and they feed you slop, and then they let you get sunburned, and then they like ship you back to the boat. They're not great experiences. However, they're so sort of like sad and cut and paste that alcohol becomes a big part of it. You know what I mean? It's just like, I need a beer if we're going to be doing this with all these other people.
So it really would have sucked if you had been on one of these Ks on May 12th.
But I do like the let's not get drunk and vote policy. You know what I mean? Like it's just like, you know what? Maybe when you make this decision, you should be sober. I felt like that at my wedding. Like everyone's trying to get me to do shots before I got married. I was like, I'll do a shot with you afterwards. But like when I engage in this legal contract, I want to be clear of mind.
Who are these friends that were like, get drunk for your vows? That's crazy.
When you're a groom, everybody wants to do a shot with you at all times. And like the 24 hours before and after your wedding, it's kind of like, guys, like I'm got to pace myself here.
Yeah, seriously. Okay. So on September 10th, you're like, no, I'm good. I'll wait. Yeah. See you in the evening of September 11th.
Me and that nurse from the Bay Area are not the same. I can't do 14 tequila shots in a day.
I was thinking about it. I was like, oh, she should have been on one of I was like, she should have been on one of these cruises, the ones going to the alcohol-free Keys.
Yeah. I wonder if we should do a food news follow-up and see if she got fired or something.
I'd love to know more about her. Okay, on to a very controversial story, which comes to us from the New York Times by Julia Moskin. We read her work frequently, so thanks to her. This is about bromated flour. I don't know that I've ever heard of bromated flour before because I'm not a baker. However, bromated flour, I've now learned, is basically the secret ingredient in New York bagels and New York pizza. This would have been great information a while ago when I was like talking about how New York bagels are different and more special, which I know to reference the bromated flour. Anyway, last month, by a wide margin, legislators passed the Food Safety and Chemical Disclosure Act here in New York, and it bans potassium bromate along with also other dyes that end up in your food, like red dye number 3. And so they can no longer be in any food sold in the state. The bill now goes to the governor to sign into law or not. And it's being said that she will review it. Here's where it gets really tricky, Jacoby. And this is a staggering fact. Bromated flour is used by an estimated 80 to 90% of commercial bakeries in the state of New York. That's insane.
So as a former Pizziolo, I have a lot of thoughts on this. Number one, this is an important fact about bromated flour. And this is something that as I read this, it really flipped my stance on it. It's banned in China, Canada, India, the European Union, and many other countries. Okay. Let's discuss that part. It's like the European Union is like, you can't do this. China, India are like, this is too bad for us. Like, I really took that into consideration. And the more I've read and researched about this, there are workarounds because there is a bit of like fear mongering in this. It's like,
sure,
the bagels will never be the same. The pizza will never be the same.
That's what I'm worried about.
They're fear mongering. Like and then they're like, well, the bagels are going to cost $5 instead of $2 now. We're just going to pass it down to the customer. I feel like there's, and I'm obviously the author of this, who you shouted out earlier, is
Julia Moskin.
Is a great journalist, and we read her stuff all the time. No shots at her, but this seems like a little bit lobbying-ish. It's like, oh well, if you pass this, the pizzas are going to be $40. It literally says that if you do this, there'll be $40 pizzas and $5 bagels. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like they'll figure it out. I feel like this is going to be something that will improve the people's health, and I think it won't ruin the bagels and pizza or double their price the way that they're sort of positioning as it will.
Well, I don't know. What the article said is not just that it'll be passed down to the customer, but that basically there's a quote from Mark Bello, owner of Pizza School NYC. It accommodates for less knowledgeable staff and ensures consistency. So that was something that many people said, which is basically when you use a certain kind of flour, the way that you make them doesn't have to be as precise. And so you don't need as skilled bakers to be making the pizza and the bagels. And so it's easier to hire people. You don't have to worry about as much training, et cetera, et cetera. So it does change like who can work in the pizza places and in the bakeries.
A counterpoint. It is a repetitive institution. Like you make the same thing every day. So you just have to train them to do something slightly differently, but you're doing the same exact recipe the same way over and over and over. I think this is part of Big Pizza being like, don't pass this bill.
Okay. Well, here's a local example. Have you ever heard of Caputo's Bakery in Cobble Hill in Brooklyn?
No, I have not.
It's like beloved. It was beloved until 2 weeks ago. People waited online like every morning, especially on the weekends, to get their bread. It was like a local institution. It had been around for literally 100 years. It had been around for forever. All of a sudden they closed and people were like so upset. They're like, oh no, is it the rent? Like what's happening to the neighborhood? And it turned out that they were just like not up to code and they were going to have to like meet all of these like health and like state regulations to be in line with code. And the kids didn't want to continue doing it in the family of the Caputos. So they just closed. They're like, nah, we don't want to meet the regulations. So we're just done here. And Caputo's just closed overnight. That's what I read online. I guess I haven't verified it myself. So could we be seeing the closure of a lot of bakeries and pizza places?
I think it's more the kids are like, I don't want to be a baker. I want to go out and see things. I want to go to Europe. I want to fall in love. I want to see Bali. Like, why am I baking bread every morning just because mom and dad baked bread? I think that had more to do with it. And I don't know anything about the Caputos.
This guy, Jesse Spellman of Utopia Bagels in Queens, he could be next if he has to get brominated flour. But on the other hand, I did think to myself, would love to have known about this thing that I've been eating my whole life, bagels and pizza, that they actually like could be poisonous. And everywhere in the EU, they said not a chance. So, yeah. And India and China would have been good information to have like informed consent over my bagel consumption.
But if you were to put a gun in my head right now as a professional food journalist and be like, what is the difference between brominated and unbrominated flour? After I read this article, I was like, I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
You don't really need to know. It's fine. This was a contentious conversation, which actually leads me into our next segment. It's a special segment this week. It's time for our food fight, Jacoby. Let's settle this food fight presented by Activia, in fact, because while we're about to fight like we always do, as we just did about bromated flour, your gut doesn't have to feel the same chaos. If your stomach ever feels feisty, Activia is a simple way to help support your gut health as part of your daily routine. Take the Activia Gut Health Challenge and enjoy Activia twice a day for 2 weeks, backed by 20 plus years of science. All right, shall we fight?
Okay. We have not had this particular fight before, which I'm excited about because it's fresh for us. A lot of the time we have a food fight in our natural lives and then we recreate it for the podcast. But I think there are certain exceptions. But oftentimes I'll be at a diner, I'll be at a restaurant, and they'll have this big page that'll say, breakfast served all day. And ever since you were a kid, it's like breakfast for dinner is this special thing. It's so like unconventional and awesome. I think that breakfast for dinner absolutely sucks. Like, I do not want eggs and toast and home fries when the sun is down, unless it's about to rise. And the only exceptions I'll give are for like overnight doctors or people that work the night shift. They want to have, they just woke up. That's fine. But like, if this is my third meal of the day, I don't want scrambled eggs involved. I don't want pancakes involved. Maybe I want bacon involved if it's on a burger or something. But I just think that this is something that people want to like and say they like, but don't really like. Breakfast for dinner sucks.
Okay. I used to feel this way, but now I actually deeply disagree. And I have a few questions that I'd like you to answer before I give my full rebuttal. Are you ready?
I don't like this, but yes.
Do you like to have a fried egg on top of a savory dish? Or like if you were getting a rice bowl, would you ever put an egg into it?
Yes.
Okay, so would you have that for breakfast? Like, would you have a rice bowl with an egg in it?
Yes.
Okay. So what's the difference between having that for breakfast and at dinner?
First of all, this is unfair because you know that like a rice bowl with an egg on top is not a breakfast dish. It's just not.
In America. I mean?
Okay. Okay. I mean, this is ridiculous. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a traditional plate of breakfast. Scrambled eggs, bacon, home fries, toast.
Yeah, I get it. Next question. Do you ever go to a diner for dinner?
Pass. Of course. What are you talking about? This is ridiculous. You're like the worst lawyer I've ever seen. Yeah, I've been to a diner for dinner. That's why they're diners.
I think actually I'm a good lawyer because I'm getting you to say yes to things. So you would never consider ordering a diner staple, even though it's like one of the best things they can make because of the time of day. You'd be like, no, I won't get eggs here because it's after 5 p.m.
I'm sorry, miss. I want to start with my original statement. Breakfast for dinner sucks. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. But okay, here's why I disagree. I see that you're not going to be following my questioning, so I'll just have to give my testimony.
Thank God.
Sometimes breakfast food is just like the deepest comfort food. Like crispy bacon made in the oven. Delicious pancakes, like griddled perfectly. Or I've been like experimenting with different kinds of pancakes a lot. And I've had extras and like put them in the fridge. And I'm just like, at the end of the day, they're right there. And I'm like, this is the comfort food that makes me feel happy. Yeah, I'll have it for dinner. Like, why not end it on the note that's so familiar and comfortable? I feel like breakfast for dinner is not just about like taking that food and moving it in the time of day, but it's about taking classics and favorites and eating them when like maybe you're typically not supposed to, but like who cares? And that's why it's great because it's about how you feel. It's not just that you should be eating it when it's light outside.
I don't even think you understand the proposition because you're like, oh, I'll warm up some pancakes that I made for breakfast because I'm too lazy to cook does not mean that breakfast for dinner doesn't suck. Because what you're not doing is putting some home fries and fried eggs and bacon around those pancakes. You're just being lazy.
No, I go the other way. I think like dinner for breakfast sucks. I prefer breakfast food overall. There's very little like dinner food that I really crave. Like a cheeseburger, like I often crave, like maybe Mexican food, but like, I don't know. I just don't like dinner that much. So I'd rather have the breakfast classics that I love. I'd love a delicious French toast. I'm avoiding eggs here because I don't really love eggs. So like I wouldn't have eggs ideally at breakfast or dinner. I do it for the protein.
May I ask you one final question just to finish this off?
Fine.
I mean, you're under oath, right? You have to tell the truth?
Yeah.
When was the last time you went to an establishment, not your home, and ordered breakfast for dinner?
I had breakfast for lunch.
Yesterday. No. And ordered breakfast. I don't think you understood the question. I'll repeat it. And ordered. When was the last time, honestly, that you ordered breakfast for dinner?
I really don't go out for dinner very often because I'm almost always home with Micah. So it's been about a year.
So you're telling me, in the year of our Lord 2025, you went to a restaurant and ordered breakfast for dinner. Is that true, Juliet Litman?
Definitely. If I'm at a diner, yeah.
Okay. Listen, I'm not going to say you're lying.
I'll get an omelet, like for sure. Scrambled eggs, no, but like a hearty omelet, yes.
Okay, we disagree. That's why it's a food fight.
Agree or disagree? That is a food fight. Your taste buds might love the chaos, but give your gut some peace. Take the Activia Gut Health Challenge. Consuming Activia twice a day for 2 weeks as part of a balanced diet and healthy lifestyle may help reduce the frequency of minor digestive discomfort. Visit Activia.com to learn more.
I kind of rock with Activia. I ate Activia yogurt. Too. I ate Activia yogurt for quite some time before I even realized it was like a gut thing.
Yeah, it tastes good. I agree with you. Yeah. If you have other food fight topics for us, like things that we would disagree on, or just like contentious topics around food, give us a call. 850-STEW-136. All right, Jacobs. Pizza news. Papa John's. I like Papa John's. I associate it with college. At the Ringer in our earliest years, we worked across the street from one. I never once went. But now, if you are a Spirit Airlines flyer and you've been impacted by their sudden closure, and you had loyalty points, which would really be something, it meant that you were flying on Spirit Airways very frequently, you can use those points to get some free Papa John's. But here's the catch, and I think this is just an absolutely huge catch that is a big barrier, at least to me. To participate, customers must DM at Papa John's on Instagram with proof they were members of Spirit's loyalty program and provide a screenshot showing they joined Papa Rewards. This is ridiculous. There's like a few things here that's such a high barrier. Number one, DMing Papa John's. Like,
why is that? That seems very convenient, actually, Juliet. I disagree.
I don't know. I never DM brands.
I just DM'd Demola.
Well, that was like for the show. That was for content. And then a screenshot of joining the Papa Rewards. This is just like to get people to sign up, like to follow them on Instagram and to sign up for their Papa Rewards program. And like, I guess it's effective, but it's not as nice as they make it seem. It's just all annoying.
So you've hit on something that this is basically like a conversion. You want to convert people to the rewards program and have them follow you on Instagram. There's value in that as a business. And that value is probably offset by a large one-topping pizza. But here's the part that I found strange. They limited it to 250. And I'm like, I think you could just like, they should make the limit much higher or shut it down if it starts to get manipulated and abused. But it seems like 250 people joining your rewards program is not like a huge boon for the quarterly earnings call. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like not that much food.
Yeah, it's like it's 250 people. Like, is it you guys that hard up for rewards members at Papa John's?
I guess they're just trying to like figure out how to get people excited. I don't know. They're trying a lot of different stuff because the other thing they're trying right now is that the garlic sauce that I used to eat in college that was like absolutely revolting and so delicious at the same time, it's now bottled. You can buy it in stores. Have you ever had that?
I've never had it my whole entire life. We've had this discussion before. Yeah.
It's so good and clearly like so inappropriately to be eating. Like, is bromated flour in it? I wouldn't be surprised. It's like
it's probably all bromated flour. Do you know what's like that for me?
It's not a good idea.
Like my son loves movie theater nachos, and that cheese is so good and so bad all at the same time. It's just completely so wrong, but so perfect. Like if you get the right amount of cheese and one of those pickled jalapeno circles on your chip, I know it's not for you, Juliet, that is a great bite. Like in the middle of like Project Hail Mary, like, oh, it's perfect.
Oh, so delicious. I completely agree. I love all that shit. Cheese Whiz was another one like that for me as a kid. Did you ever have the Cheese Whiz in the bottle? Just like spray it into your mouth?
No, that didn't make it into the Jacoby home.
I had it like at camp with my camp friends. I love all that cheese shit. I used to love the, not called Dunkaroos, but like the cheese and crackers that came in that little package together.
Oh, yeah.
I love that stuff too. It's just so good. Okay.
You got the little red stick. You got the red stick to scoop it out because it was like the cracker would break if you tried to. Yeah, the cracker would break. And I've got like oral fixation, so I'd always just chew on the red stick for another hour after it was done.
Oh, so good. You know, my son's really into chewing on straws all of a sudden. Like he's like, it must be like also getting molars or something, or like more teeth. And I'm like, is this going to be you for the rest of your life? Just something you're chewing on in your mouth? Who knows? How's Colette's teeth?
She's still got the core 4, but she can bite and rip with them. She's cool. You know, so she basically has tusks.
Nice. Okay, Micah's got 6. He's doing a lot of like handheld waffles, biting into it and chewing. Today, Micah food news. He had some grilled cheese. I got it for him, and he like held it and ate it like a real human. It was pretty cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. Perpetual stew. Jacoby, what is a perpetual stew?
This is right up my alley. Jacoby on Soup. I actually posted something yesterday to Jacoby on Soup. It's a biannual experience. And perpetual stew. There's two perpetual stews in this food news. Perpetual
Which comes
stew
to us
is
from Food and Wine by Marilyn Miller.
Yes, it's exactly what it sounds like. It is a stew, which is really more of a soup, to be honest with you, because it's not that thick. It's brothy. It goes forever. So you're constantly removing and adding volume, thus keeping it fresh. So you're not just eating stew from a year ago. You're eating stew that's been refreshed and it's still healthy to eat. And this guy, Zach, is, of course, putting it daily on Instagram. And I watched some of Zach's videos, and this is a crazy person. Like, he put bitter melon in there. It was just like, this is gross. He put pheasant in there. He's like, it's not as good as chicken, but it's got something to it. It's a little gamey. I'm like, it just sounded, everything he added to it sounded like he got bored and added something terrible, and it was gross. But there was another video in this story, which I found really interesting. In Thailand, there's a 50-year-old perpetual stew.
Crazy.
And it has been in a pot for 50 years, and every day they transfer it from one pot to another to keep it clean. And it's been the same for 50 years. And this young woman went out there and she ate it, but she said something before she ate it, which I love to hear, which is also a food news follow-up. She's like, it's a beef stew, a beef noodle stew, right? She said it's richer and fattier than the normal beef noodle stews you get in Thailand. But she said this, here, it's a breakfast food, so I'm eating it at 10 a.m. And I was like, God, I love this. Breakfast soup is back.
I feel like this is like a weird callback to your breakfast for dinner situation. You're trying to be like, everything before 11 is fine. Everything after, we have rules. Whatever.
Pretty much.
It sounded pretty good. The perpetual stew, I feel like this is like, pardon the term, an outgrowth of people in their sourdough starters. I just feel like people are just trying to like keep their food alive with like their home cooking. It has a very similar mentality to me. And it's sort of just like, why? Like, why do you have to keep your food
That's the
alive?
exact thought that I had. Like the Thailand one, I was like, cool, it's traditional. I get it. It's a different culture, different country. But Zach was like sitting there like,
yes.
it's just, why? Why?
Yeah.
And I think he's doing it for
What
content.
about-
I want to say one thing, Zach, you're great. I'm taking one shot. On May 2nd of this year, he forgot to turn it down to low, and the thing completely disintegrated into like some crust on the bottom of like the pot. And he's like, well, I'm just going to freshen this up with some broth and some ingredients. I'm like, no, you're starting over, my guy. This is no longer perpetual.
Freshening up.
Yeah. I was just like, it's crust on the bottom there because you made a mistake on your internet project, which is literally your only job, I think. So, bro, that stew is no longer professional. It's not professional or perpetual.
What about Annie, who in the summer of 2023 went viral for her vegan perpetual stew and would bring it once a week to her friends in Bushwick for a potluck? A summer perpetual stew? That's like...
Well, if it's perpetual, it's got to go through the seasons. But Annie's friends did not eat that.
I'm just imagining Annie's apartment not having air conditioning for some reason. And
God.
she's like insisting on keeping the oven on to keep her stew alive. And I'm just like, Annie, give it a break.
Imagine being Annie's like neighbor and like this perpetual stew is just wafting into the hallway constantly. And anytime you have like a romantic interest over, you're like, listen, my house is great. It's clean. It's nice. I just have to tell you about my perpetual stew neighbor before we go upstairs.
It's grounds for moving. I would definitely complain. I'd be like, sorry, that's a no.
I would start with some very like nice conversations with Annie, and then over time they would get increasingly like, you're a crazy person, get help.
Annie, like, please. Okay, a couple more quick hits. Pizza Hut is bringing back a summer reading program. Do you remember this from when you were a youngster, Jacoby?
This is like, if you're a millennial or Gen Xer, you'll remember this. Not at all.
I don't remember it all either. I do remember the NBA ads with Tim Duncan about reading being fundamental because he was big fundamental.
I remember those as well.
And those were great. So I support reading, but I was just like, did Jacoby know about this? Okay, well, thanks Pizza Hut. We love reading. Next, Ronald McDonald sang the national anthem at a minor league baseball game. Is it like the Ronald McDonald? I can't say who is like the leading Ronald McDonald actor these days, but so Ronald McDonald sang the national anthem. And people were like obsessed with this for some reason. First of all, Do the Savannah Bananas like mean anything to you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I just feel like I don't really get the sort of like jokey baseball culture. This was actually a AAA game. It was the team of the Chicago White Sox. It's the AAA team. I forget their name. Hold on one second.
Every minor league baseball franchise is like a bar on Tuesday night. You have to have a gimmick. You know what I mean? It's like Trivia Tuesdays, or we put Survivor on the screen. Like you need like a reason for people to go there besides just booze on Tuesday.
Sorry, it was the Gwinnett Stripers and the Charlotte Knights. Anyway, I guess I need a gimmick, but like, why do people care if Ronald McDonald sings the national anthem?
I guess he sung it well and people like that. And I listened to it and I found it to be like, slightly above average. But one thing about this is the game did benefit the Ronald McDonald Foundation. And I went to like a Ronald McDonald house in my neighborhood. And these places are fantastic. Like, it's one of those things like you hear about, but you've never seen. Like it's just like, these places are just like wonderful helping homes for people.
That's great. Okay, cool. Yeah. So you're pro Ronald McDonald.
Pro Ronald McDonald, yeah.
Okay, great. All right. Lastly, a trend piece. We like to hit these once in a while. This is from the New York Post. Demand for niche vegetables skyrockets as Americans seek health benefits and superfood craze. And their examples of this is the beet. I have some other theories of why perhaps beets are more expensive, and that's might be because of inflation, but they're also saying because of supplements and vitamins and people's just general obsession with like this version of health. Beets are in high demand, but not by me. I do not like beets. No, thank you.
Beets to me are kind of like clam chowder or moule frite. It's like if a beet salad is done right, it is excellent, but it is often done wrong and it is extremely disappointing. I have a bit of a personal beet food news.
Oh, wow. Okay.
When we lived in Los Angeles, there's that juice place that I always stop with my bike on my way to work and get a smoothie or good. For a while, I'd get like a gigantic beet-based juice that was healthy and it was delicious. And I remember the first few days I got it, I would use the bathroom and then look in the toilet and think that I had serious, serious health problems.
Oh my
because
God.
I forgot that I drank the beet juice. And I was just like, I need to go to the emergency room. And I was like 2 days in a row. It was like so bad that I didn't even tell my wife about it. I was just like, I've definitely got colon cancer. I'm dying and internally bleeding. God. And then I just remembered, I'm drinking those gigantic beet juices every morning. Thank God.
All right. On that note, let's get into today's taste test, everybody.
So let me tease this one. I'm very excited about this because we were in separate locations. And
we are in separate locations, yes.
On the group chat, we threw out some ideas of what we're going to do for taste test or whatever. And then Juliet was like, I'll do my own blind taste test. Juliet loves blind taste tests so much. So I don't even know how she's going to pull this off with just one person, but she's going to do her own. I don't know how this is going to work, but with that preamble, you have the floor.
Thank you so much. So I'm here on Cape Cod. It's lovely. Love Cape Cod. So nice to be here. And I was at the grocery store and I was just like, these fucking chips. I talked about it before. Nantucket Crisps. I'm just like, fuck this. This is a Cape Cod potato chip place. So we shouldn't even have Nantucket Crisp on this island. And yes, because of the Cape Cod Canal, Cape Cod is an island. It's an island too, people. Okay?
Not an island.
It is literally an island.
It's not an island. It's not an island.
Okay, you can check out the map, but all good. That's why people say on the Cape versus like in Cape Cod. You're on Cape Cod.
Continue.
Okay. I was like, can I tell the difference between Nantucket Crisps and Cape Cod Crisps? So we have them both. I got 2 bowls of chips here, same bowl, and I put a.
How are you going to do this?
I'm just going to taste one and then the other. And
you don't know which is which?
No. I had my parents pour it out for me, and there's a piece of tape on one of the bowls.
Okay, good. I'm glad someone else was involved. I thought no one else was involved. Like, you're going to scramble them around and spin in circles?
Just like, see what's going on? No, so here's one.
Okay.
Here's the other.
Okay.
I'm going to give them a taste. They look pretty similar. This one that I'm going to try first it has more of like potato texture on the chip. Like it has like dots.
Mm.
I don't think I've seen that very often. Although this one has it too. They're just much smaller.
I know which is which already as a Cape Cod potato chip enjoyer.
Okay, the first one was like sort of thin.
You know exactly which one's which.
I think that was Nantucket because it was not good.
You know that was Nantucket. And this is the crunch of this one. It's going to be so different. Yeah, so you can just hear it. You can hear it. The Cape Cod chips have a strong crunch.
What an awesome taste test for a podcast. That crunch. Wow. That was so good. Oh my God. The Cape Cod ones are saltier. Let me see.
Yeah, we know which is which.
Yeah, this has the tape. This is Nantucket. These are legitimately not good. I'm sorry. Like these are like this is an insult to Nantucket.
Wow, you are biased, but you went back.
No.
Whichever you go back for.
Well, I wanted to do another taste.
You just wanted to have another Cape Cod chip.
They're so much better. The integrity, not even close. The saltiness.
Cape Cod chips are great, and even the like less salt ones are fine. I get the ones with that green thing that says like less sodium.
Lower sodium.
They still taste great. Yeah.
I know. Whenever I have the lower sodium option, I'm like, you probably should get it because there's so much fucking sodium in this. So they have to make a lower sodium option.
It doesn't change your experience that much at all.
No, not at all. All right. Well, I'm sorry to Nantucket Crisp, but they do happen to suck. I did get a DM last time we talked about it that people on Nantucket like disown Nantucket Crisp because they are widely acknowledged as being bad. So there's that.
Wow.
All right. On to personal food news. Ready?
You've never asked me if I was ready for personal food news before. No.
I guess I'm being nice because I miss you.
I'm not in a good emotional state. I can't handle it. Can we just do it next week?
Okay. I think that you're going to give me some crap over this, but it's a good story, so I wanted to tell it. This personal food news is not actually personal. It happened to my dad. But my dad came to meet me on Thursday afternoon last week and was so excited to tell me about his day because he had a story to tell. He had gone to lunch with his friend at a restaurant that you and I both love, and I will not name because I would like to return to it. I'll just say it is below Houston Street. I don't want to get too specific.
Okay.
Below
is there only
Houston.
one location?
Yes.
Okay.
He was there with a friend from his basketball days when he was a teenager. And they both decided to order the Caesar salad for lunch. So they got 2 Caesar salads. And very often a Caesar salad can be a meal. I often add like grilled chicken. I feel like you have something to say. Yes?
Continue. I don't want to, break your flow.
Okay. So he and his friend, they both each get a Caesar salad. The Caesar salads arrive. Each salad is like 10 pieces of lettuce. I'm not sure if they were like long stems of romaine, but from the sounds of it, it sounds like it was pretty paltry. So they both have these like ridiculous, skimpy Caesar salads. So my dad flags down the server and was like, this is ridiculous. Like, can I talk to your manager about it? So he has the manager come over. He complains about the Caesar salad. And they're just basically like, you're right. That is like not an appropriate amount of lettuce. And so they get then a free grilled cheese sandwich to split between the two of them to make up the insignificant Caesar salads.
Was there any discussion about what the item that was the makeup item was going to be, or just they just brought him a grilled cheese?
All that was offered was grilled cheese. So they accepted and they shared it, and that was that. But I just thought it was an amazing admission by the restaurant. And then they were also just like, what's the cheapest thing we can make you to make up for this? Grilled cheese. You got it. Here, we have some extra bread today. So pretty wild.
I'm floored. Okay. That Caesar salad was clearly supposed to be something that you add to an entree. Right? Like, I think if you're in the kitchen, like this is an appetizer salad. This is the plate next to the plate when the server brings out the food. Like, I think that was sort of the motivation of the kitchen when they made that Caesar salad. Not like, this is my lunch.
Great point.
And that's sort of what I think happened. Depending on the price point as well.
It was like over $20.
Also, just randomly bringing me a grilled cheese like I'm a 4-year-old or Micah is just kind of like, I mean, everyone likes a grilled cheese, but it's not really like a makeup kind of a dish that you bring. You know what I mean?
I was thinking about this. I love a grilled cheese. So I would have been like, okay, I'll eat that. But like, yeah, it's like a sort of hilarious replacement item because as I noted, it's so cheap. And yes, as you say, it is for children. So they're just sort of like, okay, go away. Here's your grilled cheese.
Yeah, they went to the back and they're like, asked the chef, like, what is the cheapest, quickest thing you can make?
Yeah.
Don't just like, those are the only things I care about. And he's like, hold my beer.
Yeah, exactly.
Grilled cheese in 3 minutes.
Ready to go.
Yeah, done and done.
Anyway, that's my dad's personal food news that I'm happy to share with you.
So any other family members have food? We got Micah's personal food news. We got Dad's personal food news. Joey have some personal food news?
I don't know. That's all I got for you.
Oh, Joey's personal food news. He threw an arancini across the table on the internet and his friend caught it in his mouth and it looked kind of awesome. That was on Instagram.
Yeah, that's cool. On his Instagram.
So now we have Joey personal food news too.
Cool. All right, Jacobs, your turn.
My personal food news are from me. I apologize. And they also involve fast food pizza. So we've covered a Pizza Hut story and a Papa John's story. Before I get to that, one quick one is, today I went to order from one of those salad places and I pre-ordered, like, because I have the app.
Sure.
And I went inside and I tell them my name and mine came with a drink as well. So it was in the bag. So I grabbed the bag and I came to my office. I opened up the bag. You know what happened? No fucking
drink?
Fork.
Oh, no
what are we
fork.
doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? If we put it in a bag, I shouldn't be responsible for the fork. Like, I know we're trying to save the planet or whatever, but I'm going to have to get a plastic fork somewhere else. So that plastic fork is still going to end up in the trash and it's already been produced. You're not saving the planet.
Yeah.
And if you put it in a bag, if it's just the bowl and I can like physically feel that there is no fork, that now I feel the responsibility is on me to provide the utensils and pepper or whatever that I need and the napkins. But if you put it in a bag and hand me the bag, I'm not going to like check the contents of the bag and see if there's a fork in there. I'm going to assume there's a fork in there. Really pissed me off. Anyway, moving on. My personal food news. On Saturday, my wife
that was the pre-food news. Okay.
That was pre-food news. That was just, because I said I've used that before as my food news. I had like eat a salad with my hands in the subway.
Sort of personal follow-up. Yeah, sure. Okay, carry on.
Just a quick rant. Sorry. Saturday, it was a long day. Joey was away with Margot at a cheer competition in Deep, New Jersey.
Saw that on Instagram. Cool.
Yep. She got second place. And I was with the baby, Chloe and Quincy. It's just tough, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a long day of like a 1-year-old, a 10-year-old, a 12-year-old that all don't want to do the same thing. And finally at dinner, after like leaving the house and coming back, I'm just exhausted and just like sad. And I was like, guys, like, whatever you want for dinner, I'll get you. It's like, whatever you want. Because we couldn't decide on anything. I started to get pissed. I'm like, whatever you want, whatever you want. Whatever you want. So, as I mentioned earlier, Chloe got Chipotle. I also got a Chipotle burrito. And Quincy goes, I want to get Little Caesars. I was like, fine. I download the app.
Quincy
I'm like, do they even have Little Caesars in New York? I'm like, I don't know. So I download the app because I'm an app guy. And I'm like, I guess they'll deliver here. They didn't say they wouldn't deliver here. So he continues. I hand him the thing, right? He continues to order pizza bites, a large pepperoni pizza with half jalapeno, and brownie bites for dessert. And I looked at him and I was like, this is insane. I was like, you're going to hate this. You're going to hate this. He's like, no, dude. I was like, fine, ordered it. He asked me like, where's the Little Caesars every 5 minutes for the next 45 minutes, and it comes. It was so disgusting. It was honestly, it was disgusting. Like, I love like a Domino's. You know what I mean? Like a Domino's is kind of like a McDonald's burger. It's like, yeah, it's not the real thing, but it's awesome and it's satisfying. It might have been like a Little Caesars in the Bronx, you know what I mean? So it took a long time to get there. It was cold. It was cardboardy. It just like wasn't good. And Quincy, like usually if he orders something, we'll pretend something is good even when he doesn't like it. And he was like, this is gross. We looked at the pizza bites, which are kind of like pizza muffins, I suppose. I couldn't even take a bite of one of those things. Like, I don't even know what that was.
That is so disappointing. That is so disappointing.
It was just like, it was really, really cold and really, really bad. And I literally just deleted the Little Caesars app from my phone. And I think he had a slice and I had a slice. And I took the pizza and just went down to the basement and put it in the trash. And I was like, let's never talk about this again. That?
I would be so devastated. What did he do for dinner?
He had a slice and a pizza bite. And he had like 2 of these little brownie squares. I told him he can only have one. So he was fine. But But it was really devastating. I don't want to like say Little Caesars is bad. I just want to say
it's a bad delivery
in New York
experience.
City, I had a bad Little Caesars experience. I'm sure there are things that I would like from Little Caesars.
Yeah, I've had Little Caesars. It's okay. When it takes too long to come, it's just so disappointing.
Yeah. It's like
really brutal.
It's like the same thing as like when I order soup and it takes a long time to come. I'm like, I know you pre-made this soup.
Yeah, like it should.
Well, you just
should be
put
ready.
a ladle in the thing and put it in the bowl and then walk it to me. Like that shouldn't take 25 minutes.
I know it's fucked up. Okay, well, I'm really sorry to Quincy. That sounds like a tough day, but you persevered. All right, let's get into our listener food news, and this is from Jared, aka Core Power Guy.
Hey, Juliet and Jacoby. This is Jared, a.k.a. Core Power Yoga Guy. Jacoby told me today that we're friends, so I figured I could call and leave a voicemail. We've been listening since the right reasons. Question for you is, if you were planning a wedding and you could have 3 pass-arounds and 4 stations, what would they be? Awesome. Can't wait. Thanks, guys.
Okay, Jacoby, first of all, do you know this man?
I saw him on the train on Tuesday of this week, and I got into one car and there was no AC. You know, I'm very sweaty and it was a packed train, and I was just like, I can't do this. So I made the risk of leaving that car and like running to the other car, and I barely made it in. And this guy next to me had sunglasses on, and he like looked at me like he recognized me and gave me a pound, like very chill. And
cool.
I was like, oh, that's awesome. And I just sat there and I was listening to like whatever. And then we started chatting, and he reminded me that he was the guy that talked to me after Core Power Yoga one day. And he said like, hey, your podcast has gotten like me and my wife through some tough times. And when he told that to me, I was like, oh man, it was like emotional. It made me feel good. And I brought it up in the pod one time. He's like, you gave me a shout in the pod. And I was like, oh, cool, man. And I complained about being the only guy in a Core Power Yoga class and how it makes me feel so awkward and how it feels like everybody doesn't want me to be there, but I like the workout. It's something that I struggle with. And he was like, yeah, man, it's the worst. And then he gets off the train and then he calls in. So this is like, I wish I had known before, because 3 pass arounds and 4 stations is going to be tough, but let's just start to bang them out right now.
All right. Not tough for me. I'm ready to go. Should I give you all of them?
Go. You've got a list already?
I love past apps, so this isn't hard for me.
Oh, go.
Number 1, pigs in a blanket. Everyone loves it. Just so important. Have the mustard sauce and maybe another sauce as well for dipping. That's number 1. Number 2, a mini quiche. A couple different flavors, but like those are really good.
Ooh.
Like people like a mini quiche, and like that is great. Number 3.
Okay.
And mini quiches also could be vegetarian, so everyone would be able to have something.
Yeah, there'll be like a ham option and a vegetarian option. I like that.
Yeah. Number 3, a skewer. Maybe like 1 veggie and 1 meat one. And the little ones, and they also can have a sauce. And you just got to make sure you have people coming around for trash very quickly.
I was about to say, what do you do with the skewer?
Well, you have a napkin, and then you put it into the napkin. And then hopefully you have your staff well-trained to come by very quickly.
That's good. One thing I want to say about the past before we get to the stations.
Okay.
Sometimes they'll offer me a napkin and I'll decline, and I feel like they judge me because I don't want to hold the napkin. I just want to eat the thing. You know what I mean? But they're like, napkin? I'm like, no. And they're like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. I said no.
You got to take the napkin, especially at my event. Did I miss any classics that you missed that you feel we should add in?
I'm trying to think because I like those if it's a nice place and it's those
mini lobster rolls?
Like tuna crackers. You know what I mean?
It's like an ahi tuna on like a
with like some.
It's
wonton,
like a sort of like
it's like a mini ceviche on a wonton. I like those. Those are good.
Okay, that's
but
a good
one thing
too.
I don't like, sliders. They often do sliders. I'm like, that's just like too much.
Yeah,
it's too much. Yeah.
Agreed. Okay, so for my stations, I want all the food to be good. So I think that like a lot of the time it's just like it's gross. You know, it just doesn't look that great. And I think I would skew towards like. Just again, I like crowd pleasers at my events. Like I want people to be like, yeah, that food was good. And like, I knew what it was and everything. So I'm definitely in the skew Asian here. I don't know if that works for everybody, but it's, just something that I would recommend. I think that tends to be good for mass quantities of food. So a stir fry, like have some kind of stir fry that everyone can identify. I think with peppers are a really good food in this kind of scenario. Like just absolutely love.
Is this like a stir fry? Like there's two chefs and you go up and order your own and they put your specific ingredients in and then give it to you? Or are they just kind of like making big stir fries and you get some?
It's just one big stir fry.
Okay, gotcha.
And it's just available to you. So that's number one, like a stir fry station. I feel like that works for what he's talking about. Number two, I think just like everyone's just like some kind of like a ragu or a bolognese. So like some kind of fancy pasta that people feel like is really worth their time. Also, noodles get you very far with many different kinds of people. So that sounds great to me. I think you need to have a meat or a chicken. I've never seen a steak station that was actually appetizing. I said meat or chicken or a fish is what I meant to say. I think salmon is really the best option in these scenarios. It's not perfect, but it gets the job done. So like some kind of delicious salmon. And then the fourth.
Well, hold on. A couple things just before you finish here. Okay. What about the guy with the big knife that cuts off the prime rib and puts it on your plate? Like that's a classic.
It's just never been that good.
It's classic, been good.
But like, okay, we could have that.
You've never gotten it. You've never eaten it next to Al Pacino at the Four Seasons in Los Angeles. It is good. And a second thing I want to say is it's a given that we have a charcuterie crudité situation, right? I just want to make sure that we have tons of cheeses and crackers and meats and vegetables that we can dip. That's a given.
That's like a stationary table when the past apps are going around, And I like to have food.
I just want to make it clear. I want to make it clear, yeah.
And I guess we're doing prime rib. That's our fourth.
Fair enough. Done. Jared, we're friends now?
Thanks for calling, dude.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Thank you to our producers today, Stefan Anderson and Mike Wargon. We'll be back next week.